You're listening to the Off Harbor and Maine podcast. Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Off Harbor and Maine podcast. I'm Joel Covey, coming to you from the peaceful Tropical Lanai Studios in Orange County, California. Today I'm joined via the interwebs by my close friends, as always, Beth.
Hey guys.
Matt.
Hey everyone.
And Derick.
Hi there.
Excellent. Thanks everyone for being here. As we like to do for each and every episode, let's go around the hub real quick and see what everyone's drinking tonight. Beth, what do you have over there?
Oh, tonight, well, I was thinking about one of my friends and their favorite drink. It's Kate. Hi, Kate. I don't think she listens.
Oh,
But
hey, Kate.
anyways, I don't think she listens. But I have a vodka gimlet, and I've been like super into making my own simple syrups. So when I have my HelloFresh, I always have extra limes. I made some lime simple syrup. Yeah. Oh, if anyone wants to get in on this HelloFresh thing, just send me a message because I have so many free HelloFresh meals. Just let me know.
We're still not sponsored by
We're
HelloFresh.
not sponsored, but I just love it.
And
But it is super refreshing. It's very tart because I used fresh fresh lime juice, made the simple syrup, and it's very delicious.
Awesome. It looks delicious.
looks
Mhm.
good.
Yeah. Matt, what do you have over there?
I have a Corona hard seltzer. It is mango. I also have a lime on reserve.
Oh, nice.
Smart.
It's going to be one
Because-
of those days.
Because I've noticed halfway through the show, usually I'm like, damn, I wish I brought another drink. So
Yeah.
I did today. And
Smart.
if anybody hasn't had the Corona seltzer yet, it's actually really good.
Is it? I haven't had any of these
It's
seltzers.
really
that are out,
good.
except for like a White Claw.
I still think my favorite is Truly, but these are
Mm.
actually really good. And actually, I'm not a huge fan of the mango, but I decided to try the one that they had in that pack,
Mhm.
and it's actually probably my favorite of the mango ones.
Nice.
So
Good to know.
And what do you have over there, Derick?
So I just randomly pulled some crap together, and I put together
A classic
this
Derick
concoction.
cocktail.
Yes. Well, no, it was actually pretty good. So I had this bottle that I bought way back when, I think it was like in 2012. It's called Guava Berry Rum. I don't know if anyone's heard of it, but it's a rum that you can only find on the island of St. Martin because apparently guava berries only grow there. And so I brought a bottle home. I haven't really found a good use to it, but I just happened to splash a shot of that into some Red Bull, and I mixed it around, and voila. It's actually pretty good.
you sure love the late night Red Bull.
I know. How did
I
you
do.
do it?
I don't know. I just have a stock fridge full of them. So
Yeah, as I'm right before bed.
There you go.
Well, we did get Red Bulls in our HelloFreshes. Did you get some?
I did not get a Red Bull. Oh, I didn't get it one this time. I got one previous.
I got like 3 weeks in a row of Red Bulls in the HelloFresh.
Wait, you didn't get
packs.
the candy bar?
Oh, that's the
Bueno.
best. The Bueno?
So good.
Oh, the
yes,
Kinder?
Bueno.
The Bueno.
Oh,
I
bueno.
was,
What
I
did
was
you
very
get?
upset when I opened mine.
Kinder, I think.
Like
Heard the
a
brand.
like Kinder egg?
Kinder Bueno.
Oh, was it
Oh,
a Kinder
oh,
It's
it's
Bueno?
Kinder Bueno. Oh.
Yeah,
It's
I work
Kinder
at a
good.
grocery store.
It's delicious.
It's like a Ferrero Rocher.
Mhm, like, but in a
Kit
whole
Kat.
candy bar
Yeah.
form?
Mhm.
Yeah, so good.
It's like an explosion in your mouth.
It's a hazelnut explosion.
Oh, man. I love it when
Anyway.
those nuts smells on the top.
Anyway, I have I decided. Well, I saw this in the grocery store, and instantly it reminded me of the drink at Sonoma Terrace. It's the North Coast Brewing Company's Old Rasputin. It's a Russian Imperial Stout. It's 90% alcohol percentage, and I haven't had this in years. I usually don't get it because when I go to DC, I usually get more than one beer, and I try to be responsible with my drinks. But I'm going to go ahead and have that now. I haven't opened it yet, so I've been waiting to get to this point. Ah, yes.
Let's be irresponsible now.
Yeah, that's right. I'm at home. And with that,
You know where to
everybody, cheers.
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 Episode 8.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I'm excited for this.
I spilled on myself again.
Matt drooled.
Again? Oh
Again.
my God. This is the second time that
It's the
we've
second
seen.
time I've done this.
He had a beer beforehand, so
I did.
he might be spilling all
I'm jealous,
night.
actually. Yeah. Well, it's been quite a bit that's happened since the last time we spoke. There's been a lot of Disney happenings, which is crazy because for so long we haven't had anything. No news, no anything to look at inside the parks. And now, up until recently, every resort was opened. And then Hong Kong closed and Disneyland Resort has yet to open. But you got Downtown Disney at least open and everything else is starting to open up. So it is nice to see some pictures inside the parks.
You've been looking especially for flower photos, Joel?
Right?
Yeah.
I could look at them
Not
all day
enough.
long.
I have not seen enough flower photos come out of any of the open parks.
We do have a friend in Disney World right now, and we're just a little jealous of her.
A little.
We've been asking her for all the information. How does it look? How does it feel? Do you feel safe? So it's been interesting to see it through someone we know for their eyes.
Yeah, and she has a couple little ones with her too, so at least we get to see it through their eyes as well. And they're doing a lot of things on this trip, so it's pretty exciting, and I'm happy for them. I did see they changed the boarding pass, well, at least just about to change it for Rise of the Resistance, because they were doing that 10, 1, and 4 p.m. and I guess effective on Friday it's 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So they're eliminating
just twice
the
a day
third
now?
one, just twice a day.
Interesting.
Now everyone's already like all up in arms, like, oh, they're making it harder again to get on the ride. But I'm assuming there has to be a reason why they decided to go down to
Well, I'm
2.
sure
I
they
don't
have
think
to
it's just
test
like, let's make
things
it harder.
I mean, obviously crowd patterns aren't going to be the same right now, so they kind of have to adjust things and figure out what they're doing, because it's weird out there.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And then not too long ago, Matt, Braden, and I actually joined them on their little trip to Downtown Disney. They had reservations for Naples, so I joined them a couple Sundays ago.
How was it, guys?
Yeah, eager to know.
So for me, I would say if it's any indication of how they were handling stuff in Downtown Disney, I have no reservations of visiting the parks when they reopen. I know it's still obviously, the whole COVID thing is still going on, but there wasn't a time walking through Downtown Disney on its opening weekend, essentially on a Sunday, that I didn't feel comfortable or uncomfortable, I should say. They were cleaning everything the entire time we were there. Like every time I saw a janitorial cast member walking by, they were cleaning something. They were actively walking up and down the lines, making sure people had their masks on, even as people were leaving Downtown Disney, heading to their cars.
Mm-hmm.
They
That's
had
good.
plaid cast members out there. Hey, we need you to put your mask back on. Please, if you're on property, your mask needs to remain on.
Well, no,
So
it's
I-
very
So they
smart
were
too, because they did
asking?
have they had a line that was for security that was running pretty long, and so when you exited, you'd be passing by that line, and therefore still being pretty close to others. I mean, not within 6 feet, but you're still walking by people. So they were reminding people as they were leaving, hey, even though you're getting close to your car, you still got to have that sucker on. So it was nice to see that they were doing that. And there was a couple that I was kind of annoyed about. Just they were removing their mask without any care, and you could tell like they were just trying to get away with it and kind of hiding from people. But honestly, I probably saw 3 that were kind of purposely not wearing their masks, and I'm
Was
sure
there
the customer
anything-
saw them.
Was there anything different with security? So I know that for Disney World, you have to take all the metal out of your bag beforehand. Was there anything different about Downtown Disney, or was it the same procedures that they've been doing?
Well, they didn't have the new detectors out there yet.
Mhm, okay.
Instead, it was kind of 3 steps.
You first walked in and your group got called up to a tent where they did the temperature screenings,
Mhm.
which I will also say is not done by Disney cast members. It is done by Hoag Hospital.
Oh,
I think that's very big. I haven't seen
employees.
anybody talking about
Yeah,
that. And
I
I
have
was
not heard that at all.
thrilled when I saw that. Yeah.
The employees that are doing the temperature screenings are from Hoag Hospital.
Wow.
And they even have signs that say, temperature screenings provided by Hoag Hospital.
Mhm.
So I mean, we could just be oblivious and it could just be Disney cast members dressed
I'm sure they
in Hoag.
wouldn't.
in Hoag Hospital. No, but what
So-
I'm saying,
The
But
long
what I'm-
con.
No. But what I'm saying, even if that was the case, having, I think, such a reputable name like Hoag Hospital attached to something that important
Mm-hmm.
does put good face for them, because it's like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
Hoag Hospital's doing this.
Yeah,
So
that's
that was cool.
that's definitely interesting. I
I
have
was
not
really impressed with that.
read that anywhere yet.
But then the weird thing after that was, after we went through, they made us stand side by side, and we walked through another tent where there was a canine unit that was just kind of sitting there. We had
Hmm.
to walk side by side, shoulder to shoulder through this tent, and the dog was just like sniffing to make sure we weren't, I guess, bringing in anything we weren't supposed to,
Interesting.
which was really weird. I'd never seen before. But I think it makes sense because they're kind of doing I guess you'd say a half-assed bag screening.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if they're like
'Cause,
digging in or not.
No, they pretty much, like, if you have a bag, they have a plexiglass window still, and like the bottom portion is open, so you kind of hold your bag open and let them see. But when we went through the metal detector, they had us take everything out of our pockets, and we had to like walk with everything that was in our pockets over our heads. So I think it was so they know when you walk through, if it's going off up here on these sensors, it knows, but if it's going off down below, you still got something in your pocket.
Right.
Mm.
And then, of course, immediately afterwards, there's an entire bank of hand
Sanitizers and yeah.
Were they limiting the number of people coming in to downtown Disney, or was it kind of a free for all?
I think what they're doing is they're limiting the amount of people parking. So as soon as it gets to a point where, like, okay, we're getting kind of full, then they'll stop the parking and they'll block off the parking lot so you can't get in there anyway. There was a pretty large line to get in, and it did take a little bit of time. It was a Sunday afternoon, and this was a couple of weeks ago, so I can understand it was probably a little busier than, obviously, if you go on a Wednesday during the day or even at nighttime, it's probably not as bad.
Mm-hmm.
But there were 3 pretty long lines. It did take a little bit of time to get through. If you just wanted to go shopping, it would be kind of silly to be waiting, let's say, 30 minutes. I'm sure there's people that will wait 30 minutes or an hour to go to World of Disney. But if you wanted to go to do something else and you didn't really have a reservation for a restaurant, it would seem kind of excessive to do that. Otherwise, besides just that line, I was very pleased with it. And it was nice just to walk in front of the park. And we did our selfie 6 feet apart from each other. It was nice.
You still need to post that.
I know. I've been hesitant to post it because I know people will judge.
Well, now they know.
Yeah. But now I guess I might as
Cat's out the
well.
bag.
Everybody knows.
Let them judge.
How did it feel like? Was everything open, or not everything is open, correct? There's still some stores that are closed, or was
Right. There was still
everything-
stuff closed. Some of the big restaurants like Jazz Kitchen is still closed.
Mhm.
What else was closed, Matt?
Tortilla Joe's and Ballast Point were closed, but they just reopened today.
Nice.
All 3 of them?
I don't know about Jazz Kitchen, but I know Tortilla Joe's and I believe Ballast Point reopened today.
Oh, good.
How
And
did
I
it
think
feel
that'll be
like
helpful.
walking past them being closed? Did it feel apocalyptic, or did it not really register?
I don't think it really registered. I mean,
Did it feel like rainforest?
You knew they were closed,
Yeah.
but it didn't feel. Yeah, it didn't have that like abandoned like.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, once you pretty much got past, because Earl's Sandwich was open, and that whole area is dead to begin with. But then there's Tortilla Joe's and Jazz Kitchen are across from each other. But then after that, it felt pretty normal.
Hmm.
I think the
Was
only
the
things
food
that
truck open?
yes,
And it was probably the busiest I've ever seen it. The Asian
Really? Mm-hmm.
Sushi. I don't know that. What do they serve?
Like Asian fusion?
Asian
Like-
fusion stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Dumplings and stuff.
packed.
like I noticed in that little area, where the Uva bar was. I think the only things that weren't open were Ballast Point and Sprinkles.
Mm.
The only other thing that was closed was the Void, but we know
It
why.
was-
know
it's,
why.
Oh,
it's going to be
yeah.
closed forever now.
But there was no
Wait,
signs of it not that it wasn't to be coming back in the future.
They just can't use Disney branded
Content.
content. Yeah,
Do they have other
Interesting.
content?
no.
Not that I
Not
know.
yet.
Just
Well-
wondering.
So, how was your actual dining experience
how
at
was that?
Naples?
Well, Derick and I, we've gone before to
Derek?
Naples. Yeah, Derick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, we sat up at the bar.
Not this time. I
This
understand.
Derek.
No.
I was like, wait, Derek was
This
there? You
guy
didn't mention.
Yeah, one time Derick, just after they reopened the refurb or redone
Mhm.
Naples area, the outside patio has a really awesome bar, and it was before the word was really getting out. And I think now that place is probably going to always be busy if it's nice out. but we had a couple cocktails at the bar, and I think that's all we had. And we spent too much money because that place is outrageously expensive for what it is.
No, I totally agree. I mean, of anything that happened in downtown Disney, the scariest thing I saw was our bill. for one pizza and one drink. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, it's especially because I think I just got a pepperoni pizza. Maybe I added another.
You added sausage, so that was $4 more.
Yeah.
You wanted a mouthful of meat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I ate the whole thing. We all did.
Yeah. Whoa.
Together.
Did you keep your 6 feet? Anyway, so you had a sausage and pepperoni pizza. And then
I ate the whole thing. And
was it busy? Like the seating?
It wasn't. It ended up being full by the time we left. By full, I mean not every table was being utilized, but it was full. Like you could tell they couldn't really fit any more people out there. We had kind of an odd location because we were up against the walkway. There was a little planter in between us and the walkway, but it was good. I mean, I don't think there's too much to report back. We had good service. He was nice.
Did they give you a bag for your mask? I know some places do. I'm just curious of how many places in downtown Disney would do that, like to put your mask in while you're not, or while you take it off to eat.
They did not give us a bag. I haven't seen that yet.
What did you do with it?
I put it on my leg.
Are you like, okay?
So I put it on my leg, and then I put
did you forget and wipe your
of it.
hands? Okay,
No.
that's what I was gonna ask.
That's kind of my go-to now. Is I lay it on my leg, and then I put my napkin on top of that.
Did they have tables removed? Like from what you could tell, obviously, I'm sure you don't know like everything specific, or did they just have tables blocked off?
Well, keep in mind, inside is not open, so it's only the patio.
They had like they didn't have anything removed, but they had little table tents on the ones that you weren't supposed to sit.
Okay, so they did have some tables blocked off.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
And they had some people, I don't know, I think these people were waiting for to-go orders. They like walked up, they did get like a drink still because they were waiting for their orders, and they went to go sit at one of the tables, and like the cast members from the restaurant were like on top of it. They walked up, oh, you guys can't sit at this table is closed, you can't be here.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
They practically ran to them. We're like, no.
Shoo.
Yeah, it was so.
Yeah, I think they're doing everything right. Everything seemed to be working out well. There was no big issues. I think it's a relatively non-issue right now. And if you have reservations or if you're dying to get out, it's a good option if you really need a Disney fix and you don't have to worry too much about it being too crowded. If it gets to that point, there are ways to get around it so you don't have to be stuck in the middle of, there's all these people around me and I'm stuck in it. I can't get away from it.
Right. Cool. Well, thanks for sharing, guys. That was interesting to hear about.
Glad you guys were able to do it. You're one step closer to the park.
And I'm glad you guys enjoyed yourself. It's always a big fear that when something opens that it's going to feel stressful or people aren't going to listen to the rules, but it sounds like the majority of people were, and Disney has things in place to ensure that people are following the guidelines. So that's really good to hear.
Yeah. And with that, I mean, obviously that was something good. So at least we've had something good in our week. But I do want to continue with our normal. Not everything is shitty. Did you have anything you'd like to contribute with, Beth?
So during the whole, COVID-19 issue, I have just felt like I can't move. Like I have not moved enough. I work inside the home. The places where I would normally go to walk are closed, and I just moved to this area right before everything closed down, so I don't know the area very well. So I got an exercise bike, and I've been using it every night, and it just feels really good. Like I've been able to move my body just because I have felt like, for the past, what month are we at now? 4,
4
5?
months now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just feel like I haven't been able to go do anything because I don't know the area. I don't know, where things are. Is this park going to be open to go hang out at, so
Right.
It's just been kind of difficult to get out and do things. So it's been nice to just kind of move my body and exercise. And, and I found a great deal on Amazon for less than $200. So I was super stoked.
You mean you didn't buy a Peloton?
No, I didn't. I did not. But this one has
alone.
I know, geez. But this one has the tension bands for the arms, so you can do that at the same time. So yeah, it's been really nice. pop on a podcast or something on YouTube and just watch it for, 45 minutes and get in some movement.
This is something I feel like you should be sharing in our group chat, but I feel like you've held on to it just so you could share it.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I was
heck?
like, this is for the podcast.
Beth likes to do this thing. If we start talking about something, she knows
Save
it's a
it!
podcast subject.
You need to
Save it for the
subscribe
podcast.
to hear it.
Did you have anything, Matt?
Yeah, I actually have a couple things.
No.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We are still on Baby Watch.
Baby Watch 2020.
Yeah, Baby Watch, and this is where you cue the the news sound.
Bomb.
But she
Not
actually
Matt's
is
baby. Just to
not my
refresh
baby.
everyone's
Just to
memory,
clarify.
it's
Yeah.
Matt's sister's baby.
Yes.
She is officially being induced tomorrow night, though. So,
So exciting.
So
we'll
next show.
see. We'll see. Yeah, by the next show.
Well, yeah, by the next show, definitely. That's a really long induction. It's not by the next show.
They said that they're thinking it could be a 12-hour thing. So if she gets induced tomorrow night, then it would be the 25th, and it
Yeah.
means her and
Or
a million other
that
people
we
Everyone
know.
else.
have the same birthday.
Hope she doesn't mind that we're talking about her like this on a podcast.
She doesn't care.
Does she
Okay,
listen?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I've told her she's been mentioned a few times. So that was the first one. Second is we are going to the Taste of Calico on Saturday.
That
and
is
I'm
pretty
so
exciting.
excited.
And that's
Yeah.
at Knott's Berry Farm, correct? That's
Mhm. It's the Boysenberry Festival Light.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask is if it was something that they usually have, because I do not pay very much attention to Knott's since I was not living in the area. So I've only been once in the past 5 years. But is it something they usually have, but you're saying it's like the Boysenberry Festival?
Well,
So
even if you didn't live here, are you living under a rock?
I just don't pay attention. Did it involve the Billy Hills, the Billies? Did it involve them?
They performed at it.
Are they performing this time?
Probably not.
Okay, I don't care.
Okay, well, yes, they do the Boysenberry Festival for the last 3 or 4 years,
Yeah, it's
and
been
it
a
was
long
supposed to happen the week
everything closed down.
everything closed.
Okay.
So I think they had everything set up, and I think Knott's is using it as their excuse to open the park, but not open the park.
Mhm.
So everything's contained to Calico, but $25 you get 5 different tasting things. I've always said that compared to the Food and Wine Festival, you get your money's worth.
Because I know we've talked about going before to the Boysenberry Festival.
Because usually when they do the real tasting card where you get the 8 different things, I think it's $40. There's been times where I've had to split it over 2 trips
Mhm.
just because the portion sizes are so large that I'm I cannot eat anymore.
I can't finish this.
So I'm curious. So with this one, it's $25, which is essentially your admission to the park, and
Right.
you get 5 different food options. And I've been looking at all this stuff, and I'm oh, I just can't wait.
So they're not charging additional admission. That covers your admission and the event and your
Yep.
your
And
Pretty
the
good
parking is
deal.
free. And the
Very
parking is
cool.
free.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Even better.
Nice.
Yeah, it closed
I
off
think-
that whole street. I think they have outdoor seating for Knott's, Mrs. Knott's, and I think they're even trying to do TGIF out there. Well, let's keep moving. Derick, what do you have?
Yeah, actually, on the same note as Matt, I will be joining him and Braden to attend the festival at Knott's Berry Farm, which I'm really looking forward to because I haven't seen Matt or Braden or any of you guys since this whole thing started. So this is actually the first time I'm going to be able to hang out and do something, out in the open with a bunch of people, which will hopefully feel a bit normal. I know it's going to be a little bit weird, but at the same time, taking baby steps to get out there. So it's the first time I've been to, I've never done the Boysenberry Festival. And so I'm really looking forward to this to see what it looks like. And, I'm just glad to get out. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. I'm kind of jealous of you
Nice.
guys.
I'm excited to hear what you guys think when for the next episode.
I was saying maybe me and Derick can do a small mini
You
in-park session.
You
just
should.
record something and
Yeah.
we'll just pop it up. Why not?
I think it's a good idea. You guys should.
We can
Yeah.
do it, and then you can
Yeah.
splice it into this.
Do it.
Yeah.
Just give a review of the food you're eating, one review of one meal. We'll pop it up. How about you, Joel?
Thank you.
Anything else for you?
Yeah, I was going a little sappy, but I was just going to add, my thing that's not shitty would be the notes of appreciation. We've had some very positive and uplifting personal responses to the show that have really gone a long way for me, and I believe everyone else on here too. So for one, I just wanted to thank everyone that's provided some kind words. Providing appreciation towards someone else really does make a world of difference. I notice a lot in my workplace, and even more so with just friends. So with that, I just want to say thank you to those that have already sent some really kind words. We appreciate it. And secondly, I did want to just throw out baseball. I'm very excited. Today's opening day. My team, I'm a Giants fan. They're playing next to me, unfortunately losing right now. But I'm just happy to have baseball back.
Do you have it up? Can you see
Are
the
you
score
distracted?
right now?
Yeah, I am. A little I have it on the TV. It's opening day, guys. I can't not have it on.
Joel's like, why did I say to record today? It's opening day.
And what doesn't help is, so we have this really old TV in the room. It's LCD. It's hot. It actually heats up.
It generates heat.
So this room is already hot. It's like this little hole without any airflow. And then I have the TV on and
wow, a dedicated fan.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm an Angels fan as well. The wife is an Angels fan. I'm the Giants fan, but over time I've adopted the Angels as my American League team.
You better.
Yeah.
We'll tell Vicky.
You don't even care. Oh, okay. I was like, you don't even have a baseball team.
I like going to baseball games. Matthew and I have been to
That's true.
Together.
One game.
We had a great time.
One game.
But I do like games. I mean, I used to be from Seattle, so I've been to many Mariners games in my time. Yes, I like baseball. If I was going to pick one sport, it would be baseball.
Awesome.
For me to watch.
We will definitely go next year. We will make this happen.
I am ready.
And we'll all have a drink.
Wait.
Just like how we're going to the beach every year too.
Yeah. Well, someday we're going to the beach.
Or camping.
I was going to do so much stuff when I moved. I have like all these plans. It's fine.
They said it's a year to the day that the Olympics will be coming back. So hopefully things go well for next year. It was supposed to start, I think, today or this weekend or whenever. But yeah, I'm just glad to see, some of those things coming back and getting back to normal.
Yeah.
Or baseball light.
You know what else was supposed to open today?
What?
With the opening of the Olympics? Super Nintendo World.
Oh, gosh.
Really?
You wouldn't have gone.
But still, we would have seen video of it. It is looking really good.
It looks
I'm so excited.
Every time I show my daughter, she's like super stoked because she loves Yoshi and Mario and all that. She gets so excited. Mom, can I go there?
I just love all the kinetic energy. Like there's so much movement.
Yeah.
Everything. They did a great job. I'm excited to see more. Well, we do have a lot to talk about in this episode, and we've already talked about a lot, and we have a lot to go.
Where are we at?
So we're gonna move on. We, as a lot of people know, they just released Mouseketeers at Walt Disney World on Disney Plus. So this came out in 1977. It was a Wonderful World of Disney episode, and it is a doozy. There's some pretty interesting.
So much stuff to unpack here.
There's a lot. So we're just going to go through. Beth and I both watched it. I was trying to get the others
separately, socially distanced.
Yes, we watched separately. But we have to keep in mind, so this is 1977. This is still it was really the Vacation Kingdom of the world. It was just Magic Kingdom. There was no Epcot. There's nothing else. So this is when you are really trying to push the recreation aspect of Disney World. People are doing more.
Oh, so much.
Yeah.
So much recreation they did.
It was so the parks were just a side thing. Like you're going for a vacation, you could do a week-long vacation and relax. And by the way, you could also go to Magic Kingdom, maybe.
Yeah, they literally went to Fantasyland and Tomorrowland at the parks, and that was it.
Yeah, it was not highlighting the parks. It was highlighting everything else at the property. So, what's really cool about this that I really liked is that it kept the commercials. So you have vintage.
That was my favorite part. Yes,
I gotta watch
favorite part was the commercials.
Yeah, it started right off the bat. There was a shake and bake commercial. I'm like, oh, this is good. I didn't even know they could have played it in the 90s. It was probably the same one. But that was awesome. They even had the original Reach toothbrush. This looked ancient. Did you see that? Do you remember that?
No, I didn't even notice that. I noted the Gaines Burger dog food commercial.
What?
I've never even heard of that dog food before.
Some good stuff. Well, the Reach toothbrush, I'm like, this seems like it would hurt. And it was nothing fancy. It was just was normal bristle. I don't know how to explain it. There was nothing special about it except they were a little longer in the back, and they could
Wow.
reach.
What
Yeah.
what a concept.
But what I do like, so right off the bat, the show starts off with Zip-A-Dee. Now, with everything going on right now, what were you
They're
gonna
on
say,
a
Beth?
bus, right? They're on a
They're
bus.
on a bus.
Like they're all on a bus going to Walt Disney World
Yes.
singing Zip-A-Dee.
And so it's so interesting that as soon as I heard that, I instantly kind of
Oh,
cringed.
the monorail. They were on the monorail, not a
Yes.
bus.
Which I was going to add, the monorail has wooden benches. So that original monorail from Disney World, I did not realize this. My bad. I didn't know it had like wooden benches in there that just faced each other. It was pretty old school. But Zip-A-Dee started, and I immediately cringed, and I was like, I shouldn't be bothered by it. It's unfortunate that the things that we've been talking about lately with the Splash Mountain being rethemed to Princess and the Frog, that makes us kind of concerned about that song, and especially because it's one of my favorite songs. I'm not going to let them take it, Beth.
But
I'm going to still enjoy this song.
But not only are they singing Zip-A-Dee, but then this is a bunch of children, by the way. It's the Mouseketeers.
Yeah.
They start scatting Zip-A-Dee. They're not just singing it; they are
Wait, what?
scatting.
It's a weird rendition.
It was so.
Now I really gotta watch.
So now we have the scatting version, and then don't forget the night early, like when Splash Mountain opened, they had the Zip-A-Dee.
Oh, the rap?
rap.
Oh.
Zip, 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 zip.
I mean, it is a problematic ride, but that is amazing.
No one's taking that song from me. I do not associate it with the ride. Even it's just Disney.
It was good.
Quick question: were these the original Mouseketeers in
No.
1970?
No.
Okay, so this
was
is a new
the
batch of people.
new batch that came before the Britney Spears / Justin Timberlake. They were only the Mouseketeers from 77 to 78. Like it was a very short run. New Mouseketeers for these poor kids. They did not make it
They were
very
just
far.
awkward.
It was real strange. We just touched the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
Was there anybody significant?
No, I don't think so.
I think there's one.
They're all significant.
I don't. I feel bad for not
yes,
knowing.
that's what I
There's
meant.
somebody
They're
that's
all
significant.
great.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've all gone on to lead very full lives.
Did you get the girl's name that we're no doubt going to talk about? Is it Anita? No. was her
Yes,
name?
it was Nita.
Nita.
Yes, Nita. Did she do something?
No, but she better be
Oh.
significant because she needs
No,
a
she did not.
pick me up
Crap.
after this episode. She
does.
She goes through a whirlwind. Anyway,
Poor Nita.
so they're on the monorail.
Yes.
Of course, the monorail goes through the Contemporary, and then we get to see that gorgeous carpet.
Mm.
Was it
It was so
actually
nice.
contemporary at the time?
Ooh,
Hey, it was
probably. Who
70s.
knows? Who was alive during then? Not us.
Hold
it
on.
was new and
Beth was
modern.
there.
I was not alive when this was filmed.
You were
dick.
concepted. Is that a word?
No, I was not concepted. How long do you think gestation lasts, sir?
She was off by a year. Come on.
No.
A couple of years later, she was
You
alive.
guys, I will not tell you when I was born, but
You
I was
figure it
not alive when this
We
was
all know.
filmed. I was not alive 9 months after this was shown either.
No, you were not.
Mm-mm.
No.
I was not.
I was gonna say I just Googled the 1977
Mhm.
Mouseketeers.
Tell us.
The most famous person from the 1977 cast was someone named Lisa Welchel, who actually ended up becoming Blair from The Facts of Life.
Ooh,
Mm.
Wow,
nice.
fun fact.
You know what she does? Later, she takes a photo of a salad. I have a note
She
here.
does.
Lisa takes a photo
Why?
of
The
a
salad
salad.
is very
The first-
Instagrammable.
The first Instagram. That's what I put. The first Instagram
No,
account.
sorry.
Was it a Polaroid?
No, it was not a Polaroid. It was. She had to get it developed by Kodak, probably right there in the park.
And Beth, what was her reasoning for wanting to take that picture of the salad?
Well, I don't remember.
I think she said that it was like, I can only have salad, so I'm taking a
See,
picture.
something was,
it made no sense.
So weird. Okay, wait. Go back. Okay, we arrive at the Contemporary.
Yeah, so we're at the Contemporary. We get the amazing carpet. It's the only time where the mural
They
on
are-
the wall makes sense.
They
It
are
matches everything.
They are with a gentleman named Mr. Brown, I believe. He is
Mhm.
their manager, I guess.
Yeah, the manager.
It's not really
of the
explained, but
yeah,
yeah,
the
he's kind of
Mouseketeers.
their
They're
chaperone, I guess.
There you go. He gets them to where they need to go. Not well.
No.
And then I had to add in that they were talking a lot about tennis. They were
Well,
really
so
big
much-
on
So much
the
tennis chatter.
courts that were there, and they kept showing people with their tennis rackets. It was a big deal that they could go to Vacation Kingdom and play tennis. But then after Contemporary, they go right to River Country.
Oh my God. It looks so unsafe in the best way possible.
It was glorious. Yeah.
There was like a tire swing with chains where they're like swinging out into the water and like these water slides that did not look safe.
No.
They did not look safe, but everyone looked like they were having so much fun.
Yeah. Well, they highlighted a lot of the resort. I think this is the most I've ever seen River Country. I've seen photos and I've seen old YouTube videos, yada yada. But this was the most I've actually seen, like press wise, of the park. So it's kind of cool to see. And they kept
It's
showing
a hoot. It's a holler. There was a whole song. I know you mentioned
there was
it,
a
Joel.
song, yeah,
Oh gosh.
an entire River Country song, which no one told me there was a River Country song, and I think I'm even gonna play it right here.
Do it.
Ooh.
River country, big river country. It's a hoop, it's a holler, it's a water jamboree. River country, big river country. If you're hot around the collar, it's a cool place to be. River country, big river country. Let her rip, what a trip! It's a dandy, it's a beaut. River country, big river country.
Told you it was a pretty good song.
It was so good. It's a hoot. It's a holler.
Yeah.
I'm down.
And they
Wasn't
kept
that
showing.
wait?
Go ahead.
Hoot and Holler, isn't that the name of the slides
Yes.
at
Mm-hmm.
Redwood Creek?
Mm-hmm.
I think yeah.
Yeah, the River Creek. Yeah, the
Maybe
ones
they
where you
had them
can't
at River
actually
Country,
slide
too.
through and your ass gets stuck like in the curve.
No, I
Yeah,
thought
that's a
Hoot,
callback.
Wow.
I thought Hoot and Holler were the logs.
Oh, they're the log slides.
They're the
Maybe.
log slides
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah,
that are
but
attached.
they
to
are
the-
there. Yes.
Yeah.
I do. I do recall them.
Interesting. And then they kept showing. They showed him twice the same footage of this fat white guy that just couldn't get back to his
He was
tube.
trying so hard to get on his tube.
It
I'm
was like a
why
lazy
didn't you show
river
this-
thing, and he couldn't
Oh,
get
man.
back to it. And they
That-
showed it
and-
twice.
Traumatizing.
That lazy river looked pretty aggressive for a
Yeah, it was
lazy
really
river.
lazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what was
Did you
going
just
on.
Yeah.
lift off into
sure
the
it's pretty
bay?
short.
You guys, I'm not really like a big water park fan, but I really wanted to go there.
Isn't
I
it
did not
still
want to
there?
swim.
No,
No,
what?
it's
Derick.
torn down.
It's
Did they
gone.
like dismantle all of No,
They're
I mean
putting-
like I know it's closed, but
Are they
No,
putting a
it's-
DVC
that's
there?
where Reflections
DVC
is
thing?
going.
Yeah. see?
Oh.
Which is not going to happen. But that's where Reflections was supposed to go.
It
or
might
if it gets
someday.
built.
Who knows? We
But yeah,
don't know.
it is all destroyed. They bulldozed it all recently.
Yeah, because you could. I mean, you weren't supposed to, but you could go and see remnants of the slides and
Ferris
whatnot.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just would not want to. I would not want to go swimming in Bay Lake, and there's plenty of swimming in Bay Lake in this episode too.
There is.
After River Country, they do show a lot of the Empress Lily, which was kind of nice to see because that has not
Mhm.
changed exterior wise. It has not changed much. It's been in, of course, the same spot because it's not a real boat. But it was, this is what was also known as Fulton's and is now the Paddlefish. And then this time, in 1977, it was the Walt Disney World Village, which is now Disney Springs, formerly known as Downtown Disney.
Yes.
Yes. There was a silly storyline about them fighting, then learning how much they like each other. So really,
So when she's taking the photo, when Lisa, as Matt discovered, who was later in, what was she in? Facts of Life?
Facts of Life.
Facts of Life. So Lisa takes a photo, and then the group of children decide to gather together and take a group photo. But she has them keep on stepping back till they fall off of a dock.
Mhm.
They all fall into the water, and they are so mad at her. They're so mad, and they have a person who's coming to interview them, right?
Mhm. For
who-
some
her name was
magazine or
Colleen?
newspaper.
Colleen
remember.
or something. Yeah, I don't know. So, the whole storyline is, oh, they're all great friends, but now they're all mad at each other. So it's like this gonna be this big scoop for Colleen. It's bad news.
And then there's like a controversy, so they need to pretend like they are actually good friends, even though they don't really know each other. This is the
Yes.
whole storyline of the whole episode, really.
They
And
show,
then eventually
they
they
show
need
the
to go-
arcade in the contemporary,
Yeah.
which is now the Wave.
Yes. Yes.
But it's like this big. It was really big.
Yeah,
It was a
it's a big
really big
restaurant.
area. Yeah. Of course, there's more commercials. There's a custom van commercial by Tonka. You drive
that
around in a
was
custom
good.
van.
That was so. I was excited to show that to Kaylee.
Meow Mix.
I didn't know that song was so old.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Meow, 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 meow. And
The
then,
original, right?
Yeah, the original. And then a Canon camera commercial. And then it cuts to Mr. Brown. He's in his
Mr.
room.
Brown.
Mr. Brown is their chaperone. Okay, explain this to me. Mindy, this small child, probably 12, she comes in wearing just a towel and eating an apple into his room. I am so confused at what is going on here.
There were definitely some things that were dated, questionable. It was shocking. She walked in, I'm like, this is not okay. He would be fired immediately if they knew
like
she
a
was in there.
strapless bathing suit, right? Like she must have been she was not getting out of the shower eating an apple, right? Like it was like she was wearing a strapless bathing suit and a towel.
I just assumed she was getting out of the bathroom or out of the shower.
I know that's what we would assume, but that can't be what it is, right?
Oh, is she in his room?
That's because he answers the phone call.
Is he laying in bed?
He was not. He was sitting on a sofa, but he answers a phone call, explaining to his higher ups about the Mouseketeers fight.
Explaining why she's in his room.
Her name is Mindy, and she just comes into his room. It was very shocking to see.
Okay, why did she come in there though?
Because she was talking about how everyone was arguing and how they had to fix it. But she was it looked like she was just wearing a towel. But to be fair, everyone in this whole episode is wearing crop tops and tube tops because it's the 70s. So I'm just assuming it was a strapless bathing suit. That's what I'm sticking with. It was just a strapless bathing suit.
Well, we can skip real quick to the other creepy moment of them hitting on some.
There's another one?
Oh, which one?
There's like this
Jeez.
well over 20-year-old that they were.
Oh, yes, were they hitting on him?
Yes, at the village.
So they're at
Wait,
Disney
who's
Village.
they?
Two girls, two
So
mouse
they kind of separate the groups. Colleen or whatever the journalist's name was, takes some of the girls aside to Disney Village, and she's trying to get them to reconnect, I guess, is the basic premise. And they see this guy who's like in his mid-20s at least, sitting on a bench, and they go and hit on him, and they cannot be more than 16. And it was very awkward.
It was very awkward. It was very uncomfortable to watch.
How would you think this outfit would look on me? It was very awkward. I made note of that too. It was very strange. And then he kind of replies, "Oh, it looks great." Yeah, he goes and runs off with his girlfriend, I guess,
to go play tennis.
To go play tennis. Yeah, you've got to play tennis if you're going to Disney. It was very, very strange.
So going back a little bit, they do ride some rides in Magic Kingdom. They go on Space Mountain. And something I've always heard about, I always thought it was folklore. I always knew that either the Matterhorn bobsleds went over there or vice versa, right? One ended up being sent to the other. And I thought, well, maybe that's just like a similar style. But no, they were sitting one in front of the other. So they were lap sitting on Space Mountain, and they used a seatbelt. It was just the same exact bobsled as the Matterhorn.
Did you notice? Okay, so they were looking for two boys named Pop and Todd. Did you notice that when they showed the video through Space Mountain, you did not once see Pop and Todd, even though they were waiting in line and they got into the bobsled? It was a couple, a random couple, and you never saw Pop and Todd ride the ride. I was like, where did they
your
go?
reality, Beth.
Where did they go? Did they fall off? I hope not.
That's why they were looking for him.
They also went on the Skyway.
Yes.
Did you hear what they called the Skyway?
No.
They called it the Sky Ride.
Oh,
They never
we have
called it the
something later.
Skyway.
My biggest pet peeve comes later.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it. Okay, so
Sky
they go
Ride.
camping. Yeah, they're off to Fort Wilderness.
So they went to Fort Wilderness, which you even get a little cameo from the Fort Wilderness Railroad. I think this is the year it closed. It was either 77 or 79. But regardless, they go camping. Then they camp on the beach.
With goats?
Yeah.
And no
Well,
gators.
there's Tricycle D Ranch there. So the goats could be real, but
Okay. But I'm just it looked like they were on the beach with the goats.
they were. They were on the beach with the goats. Totally unrealistic because everyone's camping on the beach.
I have a note that says so many crop tops.
Yeah.
Everybody was in a crop top.
Even the goats.
Yep, the goats, Mr. Brown, everyone.
And I also liked how there's this whole bit where this is where Nita comes into play. she's told to. She's feeling not utilized. She's nothing to do. So
What has a job at Nita? Poor Nita.
yes. So Nita's been told to go take the rope that's for some reason tied to the tents.
Tense. Yeah.
Not to hold them down, just to hold them in place so no one steals them. I don't understand why the rope is there. Anyway,
Like hold them up in her hands and
They have never camped
Share.
before. The people who made
It was
this
just
never camped in their
a
life.
long rope for each of
Okay.
their tent. He said,
So
go put them on.
It was such a long rope. If you
It's
think
like
about
100
it.
feet. So she's told to go put it on some sturdy something solid.
Tie this to something real solid, is what they said.
Yes. So she walks through the forest. Yes, through the forest, and then gets to the other side and finds another RV. She decides to tie the rope to the RV's bumper. So of course this is setting up a,
And it
a
has
stupid
weird
bit.
Crepes, like the crepe streamers, are attached to that RV. Why?
I don't know.
Are they having a party? I really want to know what's going on in that RV.
So as you can imagine, guess what happens? The RV takes off and takes the tents with them.
But
You're kidding.
in the middle of the night, what time is checkout?
Yeah. They just left in the middle of the night.
Yeah, they're just like, we're gone.
So this
Wow.
gets everyone pissed off at Nita. They call her straight up dumb. This is a stupid thing for her
Yes.
to do.
They
You're-
called her literally a scrambled brain idiot. That's so
Kind of true.
It's so weird. I have that same nickname for a couple of you.
It's not a couple. I know it's just me, Dick. But don't worry, because then there's a commercial.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's
I'm
Pillsbury
starting to feel
cake.
bad.
Don't. It's Pillsbury cake and a Shell commercial about what to do if you're stuck in the snow.
A what commercial?
Shell, the gas station.
Oh.
But also, don't worry, they give you helpful tips about what to do if you're stuck in the snow. That is a very common problem in Florida. You didn't know?
At Blizzard Beach.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which does not exist at this time.
They forecasted it. Get
They
it?
knew. They knew it was going to happen.
By the way, can we go back to Nita and how they end up showing her at
Do we have
Cinderella
to?
Castle?
Okay.
She's crying.
Oh, yeah, we are not. Yeah.
We're not there
They're-
yet?
No, I mean, we are now. Yes. So they're looking for Nita. Oh, we made her feel, because she runs away after being called a scrambled brain idiot,
Yeah.
as anyone would, Matthew. And she runs away, and then she ends up at the castle at Magic Kingdom.
She's at the
Clearly before
fountain.
opening, right?
There's nobody there. It's
Nobody
all her
is
by
there.
herself at the fountain.
How did she get there?
Hugging a Winnie the Pooh teddy bear.
Mhm.
It's extra magic hours.
What happens then, Joel?
Are we at the dream sequence?
Yeah, yeah. What happens?
You guys ready? Okay. Can I say it? Can I
Do
talk
it.
about
Yes, talk
They
about
sing
it.
a song called The Pooh Polka.
Yes, she
all
falls
the-
asleep, and it's like this dream sequence where all the kids are there.
Wearing lederhosen.
Yes, wearing lederhosen, except for Nita and one other girl who are wearing jammies for obvious reasons, I guess. I don't
No,
know.
it's nighttime. They're sleeping. Sure.
But it's not
Jammies.
nighttime, it's daytime.
It's
It is daytime.
Morning.
She falls asleep. It's morning.
Nothing's gonna make sense. It's the Pooh Polka. Okay.
It's the Pooh Polka. Pooh is there. They're dancing around. It's a whole dance sequence. It was actually a very catchy song.
It was. Yeah.
It was a catchy.
I should play that here too.
Do it.
do it.
And then they had a solid disco jam later in the second half. And then later they make it to Discovery Island, which was nice to see. We never get to see
Okay,
enough.
but
of
how do
it.
they get there?
Oh, they don't. who
The
knows?
same way they got to the Magic
On a
Kingdom.
mouse boat, right? Nita jumps on a mouse boat, and then the other kids take off after her. And it's like a Miami Vice episode. They're like speeding around on these mouse boats. And then Nita ends up at Discovery Island, and she climbs over a fence and talks to a parrot about her problems.
Nita's got issues.
Well, okay, the kids were jerks to Nita. Poor Nita. She
Nita
feels the
had. She was about to kill herself. She is ruined for
Wow.
life. These 70s kids were.
Poor
brutal.
Nita.
At least they paid her to be stupid.
Sure. So they were being paid, I guess, because they were supposed to go perform at
Yes.
Cinderella Castle, right?
So
go ahead.
finally, Colleen finds her, right? Eventually.
Oh, thank you, Colleen.
Colleen, the journalist.
The nicer. Oh, she's the journalist.
Mhm.
She's a journalist. She was trying to get a scoop, but then she realized, oh, these kids need my help because Mr. Brown or whatever his name is not doing
Keep in mind, the
anything.
journalist and Mr. Brown basically end up together too.
Oh yes, yeah, the romantic
Wow.
undercurrent of the
Episode.
show. Yes. And they finally get to the castle to perform their Mouseketeer, whatever it is that they're performing. And poor Nita, she was not sure she wanted to go, but then Colleen told her, everyone wants you to be on there. So in front of the castle, everyone's wearing their costumes, and poor Nita is still in her pajamas performing like some kind of terrible
She's had it
nightmare.
rough.
Poor Nita.
And can we talk about what really annoyed me the most?
Please
They
do.
showed a crappy sign in front of Cinderella Castle to show, the Mouseketeers are going to be performing or whatever. And the sign says at Cinderella's Castle with the apostrophe S. We all know.
Oh no.
No,
No, it's Cinderella.
it's not Cinderella's.
Hmm.
It's Cinderella. Yeah.
So
It's
much
one of the
with
small
this
things
episode.
that shouldn't bother me. It's like calling Haunted Mansion the haunted house. Yeah, so next week, go ahead, Beth, tell them what we're going to try
okay.
to...
So next episode, and Derick and Matt, I do highly suggest you watch this. I watched the whole thing. Sandy in Disneyland.
It's not Sandy Does Disneyland.
No, it's not, which I called it like 5 times. That's the porn version. It's Sandy in Disneyland. It's Sandy Duncan in Disneyland. It was filmed in 1974. You can find it on YouTube. And
I'm gonna tell you.
It is a wild, wild ride. Like Mr. Toad's got nothing on this
I am
video.
not a fan of Sandy Duncan. I don't know why.
Wait, do you have Sandy Duncan feelings? Like
Yeah.
I know.
can't-
You knew her before that?
No. Once I started watching the episode, the
Oh.
show, I was like, oh, I don't see why anyone likes
Okay.
this girl.
I just want to say, like, just to kind of get you guys into it, like the first 5 minutes is this whole like section of Sandy singing like this polyamorous love song to so many Disney characters. I have no problem with being polyamorous. If you are, like, more power to you. But it was such a weird choice for Disney to make in 1974, and it only gets better or worse. I don't know, depending on your view from there. So check
That's
it out.
for later.
Yeah, check it out before the next episode.
It's a deal.
It's Sandy in Disney 1974. You can find it on YouTube, and then we will all discuss together.
So I think that episode of Mouseketeers at Walt Disney World is a perfect segue into toilets, right?
Yes.
So,
the classic.
From one shit to the next.
right. So we all can have that sudden urge to go. And I'm not talking about an urge that motivated by the inspirational falls named after Dr. Albert Falls, which makes you want to go deeper into the jungle, but rather about a much more serious urge. An urge that many people I know can wait until they get home. I, however, do not have that luxury. When I need to go, I need to go.
Joel's got to go.
And I
right
will just
then.
get my business
Right now.
done at any restroom necessary, right? So we are, of course, talking about our favorite porcelain throne rooms. These are our favorite crappers on Disney property. So I think this will mainly be Disneyland Resort, since Disney World is so massive with a million options out there. I wouldn't even know where to start. Clearly, there's the best themed Florida, or the best themed in Florida are the Tangled restrooms in the former Skyway area, Fantasyland loading area. Hell, they even have charging areas just out front, benches to sit in. That is, of course, a well-themed location, but we're not just talking about a greatly themed restroom, but just a nice, pleasant spot to take care of business. Again, with me just finding anywhere that can get the job done, this was kind of difficult for me. Is really, I will just set up shop anywhere. But
Wow.
Yeah.
The shop?
How long do you spend in there?
Shop.
I get my Buena Vista
I
Bugle.
got my crapper
Yeah.
shop right here, baby. Vicky's a
So-
lucky lady.
So I'll save mine. I know, she loves it. Let's just go the same order. What do you have over there, Beth?
Okay, so until I started thinking about it, I didn't really realize I had so many opinions. Much like Joel, I will take a shit anywhere. I don't really care. If I've got to go, I've got to go. But my favorite places, I have a couple of them. I kind of thought about it. In Disneyland, I don't really have a favorite place. I have a least favorite place, which I'm going to mention, which is
I got one of those too.
the first restrooms when you enter Disneyland on the right-hand side. So terrible. It's so
I have that
small.
too. I'll give it to you.
Always smells disgusting. It always smells like sewage.
It's so convenient though.
No,
guys, it's like two.
Go to the left.
No.
Go to the left.
Yeah, that's just as bad.
Go to Carnation. There's
There's like a really awkward urinal in this one too. So
well, I've never
yeah.
tried it. Yeah.
So
You stand at a 90-degree angle with the other person.
Yeah. So you're like kind of touching the other person at
You're
the end.
practically-
the
Don't
side of the-
cross streams.
You're practically back to back.
It just always smells terrible over there. It just always smells like sewage. It's just disgusting. Okay, but that's not what it is. That's not the least favorite, but that is my least favorite. If we are at California Adventure, okay, wait, let me just say, if I have to pick a favorite for Disneyland just to kind of cover all my bases, I will say that it is the Alice in Wonderland restrooms where they have the card on the bathroom stalls, the card faces. I'm assuming
King and Queen bathrooms.
Yeah, I'm assuming the men's looks similar, but
Yes.
Mhm.
it's if I have to pick one for Disney. I really do not care about Disneyland bathrooms. They are all uninspired and not that great. But for my favorite, DCA, the Paradise Garden Grill
The Route
bathroom.
66.
Yep, formerly the Burger Invasion,
Uh-huh.
but the companion bathroom over there, it's a similar themed. It's got the same theme, but it's a companion bathroom, so you got the whole space to yourself. You can stretch out, and it's still got all the nice theming. So that's always one of my favorites.
Does it have a cactus in it, like the men's?
It
restroom?
does. Yes,
Ooh.
it does. And then staying in DCA, because DC has a lot of really nice restrooms,
Mhm.
Carthay Circle.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
one.
that was mine.
Is it?
Oh.
Oh gosh, I love it. Like I love being at the Carthay anyways, and then usually I'm just drinking in the lounge because I love the Ginger Rogers there. And then you walk up the stairs and you see all these beautiful photos, and the whole area just walking to get there is nice, and then the restroom itself is just gorgeous anyways. But my number one favorite spot to do anything in the restroom for Disney is going to be the Disneyland Hotel.
Yes.
Specifically, Frontierland Tower. It has the best lighting for
Why
selfies, which
why
I will
do you-
post.
Why the Frontierland over the Adventureland Tower? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I really like the furniture. Like when you're walking into the Frontierland Tower, I just like the furniture that's in there. They have like the
Cowhides, yeah.
the cowhide, sofa. They've got the whole like diorama that's in there of Big Thunder. And I feel like it's walking in, it just feels really nice. And the whole hotel, you walk down, no one's ever in there. I feel like it has the best lighting. And it's just a nice place to just relax and, do your business.
That's a
It's
good
just
one.
really
And-
good.
And there's usually nobody in those.
No
Yeah,
one is ever in there.
I agree that Frontierland is the better one, just because it is kind of like off the beaten path, because the Adventureland one's right there at the exit of downtown
Yeah.
Disney. So a lot of people kind of funnel into there on their way
You do have to
Trader
go
Sam's.
downstairs too, so you don't have to go downstairs, and it's more busy there.
Yeah, but I feel like the downstairs kind of like weeds people out. So it's a quieter area. The wallpaper there is just amazing anyways. I really like Frontierland anyways. So it's just all around, it's like my number one spot to do any sort of business. The best lighting for selfies.
Yeah, that's a
Anywhere.
good choice. That you got me in that one. I should have thought of that one. That's good.
Well,
Are you in the stall when you're taking the selfie?
I am not. Did you not
thank
see it?
goodness.
I
Just
mean, I
wanted
might-
to clarify
I
for
might
the
have
sake
one
of
there.
the
I don't know.
audience.
Well,
Well,
since she took yours, you want to elaborate any further on that one, Derick?
Oh, well, which one? The Frontierland or Carthay Circle?
Both.
Both
Carthay.
have the same.
Well,
we
I don't
like
have
to
an
do our
opinion about-
business.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion about the Frontierland bathroom. But might have to check that out next time now that you mentioned it. But yeah, no, Carthay Circle's restroom is amazing. Like I was just sitting here staring at pictures, which is so awkward, but at the same time so satisfying because yeah, the restaurant itself is already such a nice escape. They did such an amazing job at the detail and the design of it. But then once you step even further into the restroom, you feel like you're even that much more removed from the park. It's interestingly very quiet once you're in there, and just the dark, rich colors just feels so old world Hollywood. And as you get there, there's all these different photos and frames on the walls of the celebrities and everything else from that time period. And so it just really sets the mood of like this nice place to be. And so I think that was really what set it for me as one of my favorites.
Yeah, and the ornateness of that restroom too reminds me. It's very reminiscent of a Club 33. But yet you don't have to be in Club 33 for it, right? It's open to the public. It's nice restroom. But yeah, I'm with you on that. What about anything else?
Well, if I'm just am I going through my list now, or
do it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I mean, I guess to give an honorable or dishonorable mention of like my least favorite one, like Beth did, my least favorite one would probably have to be the New Orleans Square bathrooms, just because I feel like they're equally as nasty smelling as the.
They are always crowded too. Like everyone goes there. That's the only one in that area, so it's always so many people and people like waiting outside and
some reason
it's an
I
awkward
feel,
area to wait.
Yeah, and for some reason I always feel dirty coming out more than I did coming in.
You feel dirty coming out of a New Orleans back alley.
Exactly. It's like the feeling I have. So yeah. Anyway,
it's theming.
It's theming, I guess. No, but another restroom I think that is a really cool restroom. It's again in DCA.
DCA has some nice bathrooms.
Yeah, it's not around anymore, but
Tell me.
Oh, the restroom in A Bug's Land, the tissue box restroom. I just thought like,
with
okay,
all the bug sounds.
Yes, the bug sounds, like the awkward chirping while you're trying to take a piss, really distracting, but at the same time original. So I thought it was really cool to.
What do you mean original?
Well, I don't ever hear bug sounds in other restrooms.
Oh, I thought I'm like it wasn't an original bathroom.
Oh no, just the audio. Another sensory option that
at least that bathroom was not torn down, so it is still there for when Marvel Land reopens.
Do you think it'll be like
Avengers Campus?
Like Ant-Man, like you shrink down the size of a bug and you go into a tissue bathroom? You just keep it?
I say they just keep the same audio.
Yeah.
You could, yeah.
Ooh,
but it's not
Ant
audio though.
It's just bug. He's bug sized.
I'll just replace the flick audio with
Ant-Man.
Well, so then next on my list, I for the privacy factor, and I don't know how it is these days. It's been a while since I've been to this restroom, but the restroom at the Golden Vine Winery, underneath, right past where the host is, right, the host stand. I found that place to be a nice little secret bathroom.
Yeah, a lot of people don't go to that one.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that's still the case. I hope people haven't discovered it, but it was always so nice and quiet. If you really needed to take care of your business, there was hardly everyone that came in there, so it was all good for just you and your business.
Well, no, if upstairs if upstairs is still open in some capacity when the parks reopen, there's an upstairs one there too. That's pretty good.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but usually you don't want to. Oh, I'm going to go upstairs just to go to the bathroom when there's a host right up there. Yeah. Anyway.
And plus the AC is incredible in that bathroom. Yeah, it just feels so good. So, just for that alone, I could just stand in there and relax. So
very good points.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Matt that's laughing over there.
For me, I mean, like Beth, she knows I go to a lot of bathrooms, but it's always just
only to pee.
I cannot.
Okay.
I have to pee all the time.
Matthew and I have tiny bladders. Like we have to stop at every hour at least to pee.
It works though because we're practically on the same schedule.
It's true.
Matt, I think we should just get you a catheter. You can just walk around with a catheter, so you don't have to go to the bathroom. It's just always.
I'm good. No, but I'm not as bad as Derick because I can at least tough through it when I need to.
Hey, that was the one time.
One time, a giant beer.
Did we talk about that already?
Yeah, we should make a t-shirt of this.
Oh my god.
I think we bring it up almost every episode.
Transformers. I gotta.
You need to have Steven draw a cartoon of like Derick running out of a Transformers bathroom.
He's got ideas,
That would
guys.
be
He
hilarious.
wants to do. He's got some ideas.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have some great merch available soon.
Gustav's geysers. That's all I want.
Yes.
But for me, okay, so I am the total opposite of Joel. Like, I have to literally be dying in order to go to the bathroom anywhere.
Not to pee.
No, yeah. to
Number
do
one's fine. Anywhere.
Number one is fine. Number two, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a process because I gotta find the perfect places. Because it's not so much that it's gross to me. I can't make myself do it. So
Well, it's gross to
like-
me.
yeah, so it's like if I can't find the perfect spot, I can't do it.
So where is it?
Let me say, so one of my spots, it's not one of my favorites, but it's a memorable spot. So I remember,
God, I'm
What
so
happened?
intrigued right now.
no, and you're actually a part of the story.
Oh
The
my
best
God.
shit of his life.
So when I went to Disney World for the first time, I went with Beth.
Yes, we did. It was
And
so
we
delightful.
we stayed at Pop Century. Well, I mean, I had gone so many different places with Beth at that point. I mean, I used to spend the night at her house and whatever. We'd all hang out. But it was like one of the first times I was like on a long vacation with Beth. I really needed to go to the bathroom, but I was so weirded out, like knowing Beth is on the other side of the door, like
Listening.
potentially listening. It was just
Creepy,
weird.
man.
It was just weird to me. So
I swear to
remember-
God, I was not like listening to
With a
Beth's
cup.
bathroom.
No, it's because you no, but then I knew that you weren't listening because you were too busy listening to the Appliance Direct commercial.
It's a good commercial. It's a good commercial. Stacy Who, Appliance Direct is where it's at.
We'll have to find that commercial. But so I remember I literally just grabbed all my not my stuff, like my phone and stuff, and Beth was like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "I'm going to the lobby." And she's like, "Why?" And I was like, "I need to go poop." And she's like, "Why are you?" I was like, "I don't want you to hear me." So I walked all the way from the 50s building all the way to the lobby just to go to the bathroom.
But I want you to know that while Matthew did that, so I did not hear him take a shit, he farted right in my face in the caves over
On
Tom Sawyer's
on Tom Sawyer Island.
Way.
Yes, like right in my face. So
and we got lost in the caves too, so it was like I kept
we kept
backtracking.
circling back to the same area. It was terrible.
And it only smelled so bad because I refused to go to the bathroom.
Lessons learned.
That's why you just gotta learn to be able to go anywhere.
But you know what?
Get the
It was a
deep-
great trip, Matthew. I'm
That
glad
was
I'm glad that trip was with you. It was good.
Okay, so okay.
Okay, so it's done.
But I will say, I think the one place I love the most in Florida, and you're gonna laugh at me at this too, and it's because I had to look for it, and I was making sure was it was the bathrooms at the Hippy Dippy pool.
The
At
pool
Pop
itself?
Century. No, not in the pool, but like they were right next to the bar.
Took a shit in the pool.
But it was because it was like, so I was like, oh my god, like I think we had already checked out, so like we couldn't go back to the room, and the lobby was busy. I was like, okay, I need to find something. I stumbled upon this just like magically, and I walked in there, and come to find out, it was like an individual bathroom. I could hear the music out. I could hear music, but like you said earlier about with another bathroom, the air conditioner, and air conditioning in Florida hits
It's
different.
important.
Hits different than air conditioning in California.
It's important.
Oh my god, it was. I felt like I was in my own like piece of heaven for a few minutes. Now on our coast, I would say, I think my favorite is no longer here. It was the ones at the Carnation Plaza.
Oh, Christian Garden.
Carnation Garden.
Garden.
something?
Plaza, like the gazebo area.
Yeah, but remember there used to be the one random
Mhm.
bathroom, and it was hidden,
I
And
remember that.
say I love that one. I can do it there with
And it
no
was
problem.
like the singular, like
Mhm.
it was a singular bathroom, like a companion bathroom.
Mhm.
I would even use that restroom when I worked there. So not during park hours, but after hours, I would still go to that companion bathroom. It was a good one.
But if we're gonna go with just a generic bathroom, then I'd probably, like I said, the handful of times that I've done it would be the Grand Californian.
That is a nice one
100%.
though. The, like
Nice
the one that's
choice.
just right off the lobby. That one.
Yep.
It's a good one.
So that
Let's
was
see.
mine. Because I was
Oh.
going to put obviously the best. Well, I have several, but that was the best of all of the resort, I think, is those Grand Californian restrooms
So
off the lobby.
they are great. For my birthday every year, well, for the last several years, like, 5-10 years, I don't know, we've gone to the Grand Californian Hotel after my birthday because it's in December and we just kind of always sit out there. Yeah, that's a good one. We just kind of always hang out at the Hearthstone Hearth?
Hearthstone? What?
The,
Oh,
Hearth-
the Hearthstone Hearth.
Hearthstone Hearth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I got you.
out there. So it's always a good one to go use after a drink or two.
So those that don't know this particular bathroom, in case you haven't visited, I definitely suggest for now on you just go to this bathroom. It's because it has full enclosures. So unlike most bathrooms, you can usually see the other people's feet or whatever. These are nice because you have full enclosures. You can lock the door. It turns into your own little apartment. I think I may step.
Oh my God, Joel's like
Your own
staying
shop.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sets up a shop there.
I bring my laptop and I get a lot of work done. I think I'm going to edit this
That's
episode
nice.
there
You should. I hope
someday.
you do.
Maybe we'll record in there, right?
Wait, I can't go in there. That's not fair.
Can you put flushing noises
they
in the
have
background?
Wi-Fi,
of this
so we'll
segment?
Okay, I'll sit in the women's.
and then also in the men's, and then we'll do it via Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Can I also add it's one that I don't like, and I would
No,
never.
you missed your opportunity.
No, but this is a good one. This is a good one,
Is it?
and it is. And I know Joel will probably be like, "We're not doing that on this one," but
Yeah, he's gonna say that right now.
so if anybody has ever been to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter,
I
We're not
have.
doing that right now.
Which which one?
I
West
could
Coast
never
or East
no
Coast?
either one.
Mm,
In Hogsmeade, I will
Mhm.
never, ever, ever, ever in a million years take a shit in the Hogsmeade bathrooms, primarily just because I don't want moaning Myrtle talking to me while I'm taking a crap.
Yeah.
Ew.
I
She's
like
creepy
it.
normally. I don't.
Yeah.
She
I don't
always
need.
hits on me.
I don't need
like
the.
it.
I don't need screaming while I'm trying to
She
take a
sits
crap.
on you.
No.
Hits on
I
me.
heard sit also. I'm like, as you're sitting, she's sitting on top.
Maybe I don't know. I can't see her. Whatever.
I know. I know we're crossing streams here, but I could never. I could never,
Well
ever,
played.
ever do that in that bathroom because it's
that's
it's
good.
hard enough. It's hard enough to pee in that bathroom when you hear her talking.
Let's move on. Let me get through my favorites real quick.
Yeah.
I
Come
don't
on,
think
Matthew.
no
Oh,
one's
yeah.
listening at this point. Everyone has turned us off.
No.
I'm sorry. We decided to do this. This is my idea since before we recorded the first episode was to do an episode on favorite crappers. So my apologies.
I like
Here's
going
my
potty.
favorites. There we go.
You put up with our crap.
So I did Tomorrowland restrooms at the exit of Space Mountain. So hear me out. This is one of my
Space?
favorites.
No, it's
No,
the
no, no, no,
worst.
no. It used to be the worst. I don't know if you've been there since they refurbished them, but
Oh,
they're
yeah, the
really
refurbished.
nice now. They completely redid them. I think they're pretty clean, and it still has one of the best music tracks any restroom on property. It still has old Disney World Tomorrowland music in there. Sometimes it's off, but
You can hear it over the
It's-
flushing.
It's so busy.
but there's so many stalls that I don't care.
If you
It's
just
like,
go right to Autopia, you can take a companion bathroom and no one's in it.
I just
But
never.
they're
take
not
those companion
refurbished.
bathrooms.
Who cares? There's nobody in it. It's just
Yeah.
you and your child, possibly, if they refuse to use a
I
regular
just
restroom.
think they did a good job because I feel like they're a lot cleaner, at least
I agree.
looking than they were before. And there are so many stalls. So at least there's
There are a lot of stalls. I will give
there's
that to
so
you.
many. I know it's busy, but at least there's so many stalls I don't mind because, for instance, this is a great example. When they were doing before just before the closures, and they were doing Rise of the Resistance. You had to get there super early. You got in. They were opening up the parks like an hour and 15 minutes, whatever, before the actual park opening, and everyone was just stuck on Main Street with nowhere to go. So I kept going. I needed to go to the bathroom, and I would go to the one on the left-hand side when you walk in to Disneyland. So right next to City Hall, and there's just not that many stalls. There's like 4 maybe in there. But then I feel super awkward being in there, knowing that people are in line waiting to go use it, and they're like, "Okay, how long is this guy going to be? He's still in there."
Wait, how long are you going to need?
45 minutes.
Are you on your phone trying to get your boarding pass at the same time? How does this work?
Don't tell anybody. That's the best spot right there.
All right.
No. So it is one of my favorites. It's a good one. Another good one, I think. This is partly because it is just a nice bathroom. Maybe not the best place to take a crap, but it's Galaxy's Edge. Both of those restrooms are pretty nice. They're nice and open. They still smell good. They have some fun music in the background. The one over by the entrance of the market area, that one I think is a little bit, they have weird radio transmissions going. It gets kind of creepy. So maybe not the best spot if you're going to be in there for a while. But there's ample spots in there. So
the sinks are fun.
And the sinks are fun. For California Adventure, I would say this is kind of odd, but the Hollywoodland bathrooms near the Hyperion, because those ones often get left or kind of forgotten about. The ones on the street there, right next to Off the Page, those are definitely more popular. But the one down,
I feel like there's always puke at those ones.
Yeah, right by the bar.
Yes, why is there always? Off the page?
Off the page one.
Off the page. I feel like there's always vomit there somehow. Every time I go there.
That.
Sometimes it's Beth's.
Well,
yeah, that doesn't happen in the men's restroom.
It has never been mine over there. Other places.
Just like on the floor?
Perhaps. That's for another episode, Matthew.
Number one fan, Nick. He has thrown up in those bathrooms. And
the women's restroom?
No, the men's.
I feel so connected to Nick throwing up, and
yeah, we got kicked out by security. But only because it was well past closing. It was time we got to get out of there. So everything was fine.
That time? Was that the time that you guys all went and started at 9 a.m.?
No,
was that a different time.
That was a different time. That was later. This was when we were 22, 23.
Oh, we were earlier, not later. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this was a long time ago.
Gotcha.
We had too much to drink at Cove Bar when there were 3
Nick,
people at the bar, right?
I feel you, Nick. Feel you.
Well, he's told the story so many times. I feel bad telling the story myself now because it's like his. It's turned into his story.
Don't tell it. Let's bring him on one time. He wants to come on so bad.
Yeah,
I'll just say 99 Bananas is not a good shot.
Let's just have bad DCA drinking experiences as an episode in the future and have Nick on.
I think it's a good idea. I don't know if we can convince Nick to get on here, but Nick, we will.
Come on, Nick, please.
Yeah. Number one fan.
Number one fan. We love you.
And you've covered everything else that we've talked about. So I do have the honorable mention, which the good old Showcase Wishes on Twitter brought up was the Imagination Pavilion bathrooms.
Oh, that's on my list now.
Yeah,
I
Beth
have
hasn't
to
been
go
there yet.
there.
But those ones just behind the Imagination Pavilion, they are usually quiet. It's super hidden. It's behind the pavilion. You have to walk past the pavilion to the left, and it's tucked around the corner. But they also do have another really old music loop there that's better than the original Innovention area music.
That's the only reason I want to go back to Disney World right now is to go in that bathroom.
The only reason.
The only reason. It's
Some people would tell you that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. I am all about it. I'm ready.
We should do a bathroom tour. Or not.
Drink and pee around the world, right?
Drink and pee around the world. There you go.
I'm ready.
Give our full plans on where to go. Yeah. Write it down. Give people notes.
I took photos of the Norway bathroom. I did not mention it on my list because I stayed on the West Coast, but the Norway bathroom in Epcot was beautiful. I took
That's a
photos
good
of
one.
it.
I like that one, yeah.
I can honestly tell you, I've done my business in that one.
I think I've done my business in all of them. I don't remember the ones I have not.
But that was
Tokyo was a bad one for me.
That was literally a desperation
No, I hear you. Sometimes that
I-
happens.
I was just like, I have to go so bad. Like, I don't care.
I really wonder how many people that we've lost on this episode. That just they're
Guys.
done. They're
Sorry,
over
guys.
us. This is not what we signed up for.
Bathrooms are exactly what you signed up for.
I think you're probably right. That's what else would you expect from us?
feel
Hey,
like-
it's an original topic.
Yeah.
Well,
My cousin, I just want to tell you guys, my cousin got a new apartment, and hi Simba, that's their nickname, and they just want to get a whole bar, like a bar cart, so they can make drinks and listen to the podcast.
Do it, Simba.
Like
do it. Yeah.
just to listen to the podcast. I think that's so great.
I'll be jealous of that bar, of that cart, because I need to build up mine myself.
Now they're going to listen to the Poop podcast.
And that will be the
It
last
was
one they
Joel's
listen to.
idea. If you guys don't like it,
You
tell
can
Joel.
blame me. It's all me.
We definitely need a sponsor for this one.
Charmin?
Charmin?
Wow.
Well, with that, everybody, I think we need to wrap up the crap and
This is a shitty episode.
sign off for this episode. Did anybody else want to add anything before we end
No,
this?
you've just really
You really
Tied
pinched
it all
it
up.
off there.
that's good.
Well then, until our next happy hour, everybody. I don't know if you would want to consider this a happy hour, but you can find
Crappy
us.
hour.
Yeah,
Sad hour.
It's a crappy hour.
you can find us on social media. Beth, where can everyone find us to hear us talk about our favorite
Oh
bathrooms
my
more?
goodness. Well, you can find us, the podcast itself, on both Twitter and Instagram. It's simply at Off Harbor. You can find myself on both Twitter and Instagram at Pixie Dust Vibes. Matthew is on Twitter at ST14012Endor and on Instagram at Lightspeed2Endor. You can find Joel on Twitter and now on Instagram with the same name because he made it nice and easy. He is Tangaroa Joel. And guys, the best news ever, Derick has finally joined the 21st century. Derick is now on Twitter.
Wait,
Everyone
Before you
applause.
tell them what it is, just a reminder that this was what he suggested the name of the
Okay.
podcast be.
Derick wanted this to be the name of the podcast. I personally loved it. Joel and Matthew were stupid and did not like it, but I loved it. You can now find Derick on Twitter at Esplanerd. That is ESPLANERD. You can find him there. He has posted absolutely zero
Yeah.
so far.
I'm still
he
feeling
is
it out.
there. He's trying to figure out what's going on.
Hmm.
So, send him a message. Say, hey, how's it
Please.
going?
I
Let him
promise
know
I'm gonna.
he is accepted into the Twitterverse.
Yay!
He's
I'm
there.
gonna twit soon.
No, you didn't.
He wants to know
Well-
why everybody's putting a pound sign on everything.
At least he's gonna twit and not twat. So
Well, thank you for that, Beth.
Mhm.
And you can, by the way, you can always reach us now on email. You can email us at podcast@offharborandmaine.com. We do have a website. It's not really built out to anything yet, but you can email us at podcast@offharborandmaine.com. So if you're enjoying our little podcast, we would love it if you could share it with your friends. We, of course, really appreciate your Apple Podcast reviews. Shout out to Sean. He left us a fantastic 5-star review. So we really
thank you,
Sean.
Sean.
yeah, it was really nice of him. It does mean a great deal to us. It literally brightens our moods. And that goes with everyone. Just seeing any downloads to our show even makes us excited for our next chance to gather around our mics and discuss what brought us all together in the first place. And that was Disney theme parks. So with that, does anybody have anything to add?
Make sure to wipe.
Front to back.
Thank you, Betty.
And as you can see, we all share the common bonds of hope and sorrow, dreams and joys. Stay well, and cheers.
Cheers.
You guys ready for this?
Bum, 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 bum,
Always.
bum, 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 bum.
Not caring, and they were going ahead and just removing their mics, or they're removing their
Those pesky mics.
I know.
Yeah. Let us hear you.
Mm.
What about the
Wasn't open.
ATM?
There is no ATM
There is no
there.
ATM.
There's no
at all.
ATM
Disappointing, right?
Oh, that is disappointing. I don't
How do
remember.
you never know?
I never go to Sprinkles.
That's why you don't know that there's an ATM.
Yeah, I never go.
I don't know. I haven't seen that, but I guess we'll find out.
I'm telling you, they
Wow, you're not even
Oh.
paying attention to anything not Sperry
Are you living under
Yeah, you
under
live in
a
a
rock?
rock?
Under a rock.
Did you keep your 6 feet while you're eating it all together,
While
all your
we-
meat?
I don't. There's so many jokes I could do with that. I was saying that's not
I
gonna
know.
work.
That's where you gotta
Can't do
go.
it. Can't do it.
It's feet, not inches.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. I was saying it's inches, not feet. Beth, come on. Seems like it would hurt, and it was nothing fancy. It was just like Brussels. Brussels.
Shut up,
Full
Derek.
sprouts.
Bristles.
You do love a good Brussels sprout, but no, those do not clean your teeth.
Do you brush your teeth? No, not with those.
I got a kick out of the Bug's Life, A Bug's Land. What was that? Reaction to my yet.
Was that you?
Was that
That
you?
wasn't me.
Was that your dog?
That was me. No, when I got up to go to the restroom, I had opened
Speaking
up
of.
I had opened up Instagram, but apparently I never
Didn't have
closed
to-
the person. I didn't close the person's story. So when I opened up when I opened up Instagram, the story was still going.
Look
I
at
thought
Joel's
you were
face.
just really
He's so
excited
done with
for
your
my-
shit.
You should have said you should have
Cheers.
changed it from stay well and cheers. You should have put
Wipe well.
stay well and regular.